Game starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Killing spree.
Sorry, discorded. The run.
Growth is a critical attribute to human beings, and without it, we often feel stuck or lost. Without improving our knowledge or abilities, we go through the motions feeling unfulfilled. Even though video games are mainly meant just for fun, they can be very competitive and players are always looking to improve their skills. The feeling of single-handedly wiping out an enemy team despite the odds against you is incredibly satisfying and often the reason we want to improve our abilities. I'm not going to talk about the mechanics of being a good player like how to get the best aim or how to never lose a 1v1 in this video. What I want to talk about today is improving our mindset. When your mind is in the right place, all the mechanics tend to fall in line a little bit easier. The first thing I want to talk about is the mind itself and making sure it's at peak performance. Your mind is your most powerful tool in your arsenal, but it can also be your greatest enemy if not taken care of. An engine doesn't run at peak performance if it isn't maintained, and neither will your mind. At times I get frustrated because I know I'm not playing at my best, and usually it's from simple reasons like lack of sleep, or as funny as it sounds, I'm just hungry. My friends always make fun of me and say I get hangry while playing, and it definitely affects my performance. If you're playing a physically intensive sport like football and you're hungry, tired, and not completely focused on the game, you'd be like, yeah, duh, of course I'm not playing at my best. But oftentimes I believe we forget about these things when gaming. How many times have you forgotten about eating or drinking water when going through a hardcore gaming session? Or stayed up way too late feeling sluggish and can't react as quickly in a firefight? If we're not physically and mentally at 100%, we can't expect to improve our game. So make sure your mind and body is in tip-top shape if you're going to be doing anything competitive or serious. Otherwise you'll get frustrated more quickly and make stupid decisions. I'm definitely guilty of this one. Focus. You're slaying the noobs left and right when suddenly you feel a tap on your shoulder. You're in a highly intense and stressful engagement. You move your headset off one ear to listen to whoever has the audacity to bug you during your match. They ask, do you want Hot Pockets or Pop-Tarts? You're surrounded by enemies and your aim is sporadic. You panic thinking, well, it has been a while since I've had a Pop-Tart, but something cheesy does sound good. You can't decide what to choose. While you're distracted, an enemy catches you by surprise and takes you out. He teabags you while screeching, eat a salad, nerd! You lost your focus and in return lost the firefight. While that may have been an outside distraction, we can also have many distractions within our own heads. These distractions can vary greatly, like something lingering on your mind or suddenly having doubt that you could win a fight against a good player. Think of your brain like your computer's CPU. If you open Task Manager, you'll see all these different programs running and how much percentage of the CPU they are utilizing. Too many programs and your computer will run slower because it's overloaded. If you're focusing on things other than the current match, whatever that may be, you're wasting a percentage of your brain that could be calculating strategies on how to win the game. If you throw doubt into that mix, then you're really going to have some trouble. Oftentimes I'll be in the match and get in a situation where the odds seem against me, and now I'm focused on my chances of not winning that scenario. Instead of focusing on how I can win this, I'm telling myself, oh, I've already lost, or I can't do this, and as soon as you let that thought in your head, you have lost. So don't waste your CPU or brain on useless programs or thoughts. Less programs on your computer means better performance, and the same thing applies to what's going on in your head. Obviously, don't neglect important things in your life, but in the context of trying to improve your game, have a clear mind so you can dedicate more of that brain power to focus on how to wreck the scrub that teabagged you earlier. The last thing I want to talk about is frustration. This is a big one and probably one of the most difficult things to deal with. To an outsider or a filthy casual, it can seem stupid to get mad over a game, and yeah, a lot of times it is. But it's hard not to get tilted when you're in a very competitive environment and trying to improve, but the world around you is just taking a massive dump all over you.
And then I'm going to come real hard all over them.
For sure, that's a lot of information.
It's even more tilting when a lot of times it's not even your fault or out of your control. We all have that one friend that is a complete bot and doesn't carry their own weight. Or you're solo queuing and you're constantly going against fully stacked teams. Meanwhile, your teammates are spinning in circles and looking at the floor. I get it. You've got a fire burning inside of you that you want to unleash on every potato within a 100-mile radius. But once you're frustrated, you're not going to be performing at your peak level. If you're anything like me, you're going to make rash decisions, be too aggressive, and might want to give up entirely. Or drop Skull Town every time.
I've got you in my sights. Failure.
But giving up is not the answer. Instead, use these frustrating situations to learn from them, and don't let yourself get to the point of being tilted. Sometimes if I notice I'm getting frustrated, I have to stop myself and change my way of thinking. Get that focus back to what my goal is and reevaluate the situation. Otherwise, I'm going to keep making dumb mistakes. But with a change of attitude, you can turn around the whole game and come back from losing every round to winning against all odds. The quest to improve is a constant uphill battle. Every now and then I have to take a step back and remind myself of these ideas, otherwise I get lost in the day-to-day and forget. I hope this video can be used as a reminder to come back to every once in a while, to recharge my own batteries, but maybe yours as well. There are a lot of factors to being the best at something, but I believe it all starts with the mind. Whether you want to be an esports pro, dominate your friends to smack talk, or just contribute more to your team, strive to improve for the sake of growth in and outside of the arena. This video may be focused on getting better at games, but maybe these ideas can also be applied to other areas in your life as well. Just remember, the key is to be in control of your mind and not let it control you. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, let me know of any ideas you have to get better, and I'll catch you next time.